What's going on, guys? Daily Crypto News here, back for another video. Today is Wednesday, January 31st, 2024, and I'm coming at you a little bit later on today due to that Fed meeting coming up this afternoon. For those of you that might have checked the charts this morning, you could have potentially saw some red. A lot of times markets will start out red in the morning and then be the complete opposite when they end up closing for the day. As you can see on my screen here, I have the Dow Jones pulled up. Dow Jones is doing pretty good today. It did set a new all-time high. We'll kind of zoom in here. You can see. For those of you that are familiar with Fibonacci levels, we're getting closer and closer to the top. And it's very important to pay attention to how the market is reacting right now, and also how it's going to react during and after the Fed meeting. So you can see the Dow Jones is currently having some green price action here. And I think a lot of people are assuming that the Fed is going to pause. And I think if the Fed does pause, we may even see a higher green candle printed or closed today. Jumping over to Bitcoin. Let's look at the Bitcoin price chart here. We'll refresh it on the screen. And this is a 6-month candle, but let's look at the daily just to see what it's doing. So for the daily, you can see that Bitcoin is also green. As you've seen my direction that I think it's going to go, I think we could top out above this point, as I've mentioned before. So I think we could definitely push back up, maybe into the $44,000 price range, depending on what happens with the Fed meeting. If it's some positive news, I expect the stock market to go up, and then also that will continue over into the crypto market. So I would not be surprised if we do see a little bit of a pump on Bitcoin here, and it's going to keep raising up over the next couple of days. Looking at some of the other markets, let's take a look at the DXY. And for the DXY, it looks like it is down just slightly from the last time that we recorded. So it's still at that 103 range. We'll have to see if it's going to push up, but not down too bad today. We'll have to see how that change happens with the Fed meeting as well. So I would not be surprised, like I've said kind of 1,000 times already in some of my videos. I really think that Jerome Powell is probably going to pump up the market today, and the market's going to break out even more. Let's take a look at gold. You can see that gold is just above $2,050. Looks like it did wick up to about 2150. So we'll have to see, and that was, back in the summertime. So we'll have to see if it's going to set a new all-time high this year. Typically speaking, gold and silver move the opposite of the stock market. So if the stock market does start to move upward, I would then expect gold and silver to also start to move downward. But you can see that gold is green for the day. Silver just sitting above $23. It is a tiny bit down for the start of the day here. And then just looking across some of the other crypto assets that I follow, taking a look at XRP here. Let's take a look at the daily. You can see that we did have a wick down this morning due to the news. Let's actually look at the weekly. It might be better to look at. So we did have a wick down due to Ripple apparently being hacked. For anyone that's paid attention to XRP or Ripple in the past, we tend to have a wick down before we start to see some extreme price action. We are still waiting for this moment here, and this didn't happen back until like December of 2017. This is when that happened. So still unsure if that's going to happen. It could happen when there is some negativity in the market to try and shake some more people out. But we did have that wick that did come down in that box there that I have drawn. We'll have to see if XRP is able to hold the level that it's at with all the negative news surrounding it. So really extremely interested to see how the market plays out later this afternoon. I might possibly try to go live or record another video at least during the Fed meeting just to see how the charts react. As always, I am not a financial advisor. Always seek a professional for investment advice. And thanks for watching the video today. And don't forget to subscribe and like the channel. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.